Hades 2 is in early access and we are getting so many new ways to play the game. In this video, I want to talk about my favorite changes that have made huge impacts on the game. Of course, there's kind of spoilers, so if you don't want to see it, I don't even know why you clicked on the video. And please let me know what your favorite changes are down in the comments. Let's get into it. The first thing I want to talk about is the character upgrade system. It is so different and I am so happy with it. In the first Hades game, it was the Mirror of Night, a gift from Nyx to Zagreus, and it sat in your bedroom and you could just kind of look into it and make all these upgrades. To actually purchase an upgrade, you had to use Darkness, which you would get from different runs. It was like a reward you can get in every room. And as you play the game, you unlock a way to get excess darkness by like having boosted weapons that kind of randomly happen after every single run. To unlock more abilities, you have to use chthonic keys, and it unlocks about 2 at a time, which is really insane and a really well-paced way to unlock more abilities as you progress in the game. Each ability has a red and a green version with different aspects of the same upgrade. For example, Shadowy Presence upgrades damage to foes from behind, but Fiery Presence upgrades damage to foes that you haven't damaged before. And you can reset all of your upgrades and get your darkness back by using one chthonic key. The vastness of this upgrade system is really cool to me, and it gave some unique ways for you to have very cool runs within your game. In Hades 2, we have the Altar of Ashes. It's a meditation altar for Melanoe for you to unlock all kinds of different arcana when you interact. Instead of using darkness to upgrade, you now use ashes to unlock different arcana cards. Each card has a unique grasp amount, and Melanoe can only grasp so many cards. For example, one card might have a grasp of 5 and another have a grasp of 0, really varying which cards you can use in each run. Try saying grasp 5 times fast. Dang. You can reactivate and deactivate cards that you've unlocked kind of at will to create a really customized build for each individual run. And instead of using chthonic keys to unlock more upgrades, when you buy an arcana card, the adjacent cards are unlocked, which kind of brings in a level of like randomness and strategy into unlocking your new abilities. The upgrades also affect some different things, which is a really cool way to spice it up a little bit in this second game. This system feels really fitting for Melanoe, and it's really elevated from the first game, keeping like the basics of what made the upgrade system so great, but pulling it forward and giving us a new evolved version of it. The next thing that's changed that I think is really cool is the resource gathering and what they're used for. In Hades, you get the little gems, the darkness, and the post-boss drops. With the gems, you can unlock cool things in the underworld that might help your runs, or you can bring in some cool cosmetic changes to the actual base. Like we just talked about, you can use darkness to upgrade Zagreus and give yourself a bunch of cool abilities. And then with the boss drops that you get from killing each boss with each unique weapon, you can upgrade their aspects and give them cool abilities just on the weapon themselves. Like I said, it works great for the game itself. In retrospect, it's kind of limited, but even still, the game has a ton of content and it's fun, but I'm just saying. In Hades 2, you've got ashes, silver, a range of flowers, psyche, and bones. I'm pretty sure that's it. And all of these do really unique things to aid in your quest to kill the Titan of Time, Kronos. The amount of things you can do with this new resource gathering system is really insane, like mining for silver, growing nightshade, or trading bones for other resources that might not be so abundant. To get some of these resources, you have to unlock more unique tools like the pickaxe or the shovel. With this new resource system, it pushes you to do more runs with unique goals for certain resources, which I think is great and kind of just creates a new layer of replayability for players that you wouldn't think you could do with something as simple as an overhaul to the resource system. The last thing I want to talk about is a little less like tangible and a little more just applicable to the game as a whole, but it's the magic element that's been brought in to Hades 2. Of course, there was some magic in Hades. I mean, Zagreus is a god, which affords him more abilities than just like swinging a sword, but still the magic in the game overhauls the combat, the story, everything. With the character Melanoe, you have all kinds of new ways to play. Your cast now can stall enemies, and all of your attacks have a charged version that use magic to deal more damage. And this magic gives you a whole new thing you have to keep track of while you're going on your runs. And to keep the balance, it feels like damage is a lot lower, but you have a lot less health, which is a cool way to engage the player more intensely in the fight. Celeste, the goddess of the moon, the sky, the cosmos, now can give you a hex, which requires you to use magic to charge up the boon or ability or whatever you want to call it. It's a great way to incentivize players to use their magic attacks so that they can get the most out of this new combat system. To me, with the magic, the weapons are cooler and they provide those cooler new attacks, which are just more satisfying to play with. The boons are even cooler too, with new gods and new ways for them to affect the combat. For example, sprinting can now be modified by a boon. One of my favorites is Hestia's, which as you sprint, you can absorb projectiles and make the cinder take scorch damage, which is a great way to get through some of those really crowded rooms rooms that used to be incredibly annoying. The story is definitely overhauled. We're in cahoots with Hecate, and like I said, there's a whole new slew of gods that are giving us new abilities with their boons, and of course, everything's different, right? There's new bosses, the new playing areas are great, and it just makes me feel good, you know, because it would have been really easy to just reskin Hades with a new kind of story and not evolve the game, but they did that, and of course, it's gonna keep changing. Like, I love the first game, but a carbon copy would have just been underwhelming. I'm really excited to see what changes come during early access and what new content might come even after its official release. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked, leave a like, subscribe, join the Discord, leave a comment, feed your dog, go for a walk, the whole 9 yards. But what you should really do is go watch me play Hades for the first time. It should be like right here, maybe over my face right now. I don't really know, but you should go watch that. You should go watch that.